Hi, Taylor T. Carlson here, and if you know me at all, you know I love rock and roll, and I particularly love watching rock and roll documentaries. When I heard that Randy Rhoads, one of the greatest guitar players of all time, taken from us far too young, was finally going to be the recipient of a documentary, you know that I was going to be first in line to see it. This is Randy Rhoads' Reflections of a Guitar Icon. This was just released a few months ago. It just got a Blu-ray release not too terribly long ago. Narrated by Tracy Guns of LA Guns fame and featuring interviews from a lot of Randy's friends, bandmates, and so forth. You can better believe that I was pretty excited when I heard this came out. Nice package there, great shot of Randy, spine text. On the back, we got a description of the movie and some screenshots. Disappointingly, the inside of this case is pretty plain. It would have been nice if they'd thrown some artwork on the back of the cover sleeve there. Randy Rhoads' Reflections of a Guitar Icon is just that. It's a documentary on the life of Randy Rhoads from his life growing up in Southern California as the son of a woman who owned a music studio, meeting up with some of his young friends, forming the band Quiet Riot, and eventually leaving Quiet Riot to join Ozzy Osbourne's band, during a tour with whom he was killed in a plane crash in 1982 at the all-too-young age of 25. Randy Rhoads is certainly a worthy recipient of a rock doc, and believe me, there's a lot of them coming out in a lot of bands these days. But this guy is one of the unsung heroes of the rock and metal world. His style of playing is unrivaled, and he's been dead longer than he's been alive, and yet I would argue he's more famous now than he ever was. I mean, there's a venue out here in Vegas called Vamped, and used to be almost every year they'd do a Randy Rhoads Remembered gig with a bunch of special guests, and they'd rock the house down playing all this guy's classic tunes. The Quiet Riot segments are certainly the more interesting because we get to hear a lot of unreleased and rare recordings, see all kinds of old photographs and footage taken from the vaults, and of course the libraries of all these people who knew Randy best. The Ozzy portion, unfortunately, doesn't fare as well because the filmmakers could not license the Ozzy music, so during those segments, you just have very generic-sounding music playing in the background, and that's a bit of a disappointment. I don't understand why they didn't just use the Quiet Riot song Laughing Gas during those Ozzy portions, because there's riffs that would later make it into the Ozzy song, so I think that would have made more sense. And there are a few sequences that honestly I think could have been handled a little better, including the depictions of the plane crash that ultimately claimed Randy's life. I won't go into specifics here, but I will say that there are a few little portions of that I did notice that I think needed a little more attention to detail. Overall, though, I do think it's a very good film, and fans of Randy Rhoads shouldn't be disappointed with what they had here. It's not entirely clear if this documentary is sanctioned by the Rhoads family or not. Several of them appear in the documentary and are interviewed, so I would argue that this is probably more official than unofficial, but don't take my word for it there. Picture quality as far as the new interview clips goes looks very good because these were obviously shot with care. The older archival footage understandably greatly varies in terms of its quality, but it is great to get it here, and most of what we see is in pretty decent shape, all things considered. I am happy to say they threw some bonus material on this disc. They didn't just slap the documentary on a disc and call it good, so thumbs up for that. You get some extended extra interview clips, and there's even some extended archival footage, only parts of which made it into the final documentary. The movie only clocks in at about an hour and a half, but it's very informative, and it's packed with some great stories. And I think any rock or metal fan would be doing themselves a favor watching this. Are you a fan of Randy Rhoads? What was your favorite era of his all-too-short career? What's your favorite song you ever played on? Comment down below and let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content because I'm always posting new videos. And make sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. See you next time.